This is Stephanie Pavlons. She is 44 years old, and on the morning of August 23, 2022, she walks out of her apartment in Wausau, Wisconsin for the very last time. About 2 hours later, someone she knows well returns to that same apartment complex, carrying her purse and her water bottle. Stephanie is not with him, and she will never be seen alive again. 17 days pass before anyone finds her. It is construction workers, not a missing persons report, that finally brings her name to the attention of the police.
And tell me exactly what happened?
We found a dead body in the woods.
From that moment, detectives begin pulling on every thread they can find, and almost every thread leads back to the same person, the man who came home with her belongings and never once picked up the phone to say she was gone.
You know where she is? You know, like, when's the last time you saw her?
No.
You don't know where she is? Do you remember the last time you saw her?
No, weeks ago.
Weeks ago?
And I'm sick to my stomach.
Why is that?
Because I have a bad feeling.
Walk me through the last, when you said you saw her a few weeks ago, where were you guys?
I can't recall the exact time that I saw her.
The body is discovered on a private golf course just outside the city, partially concealed in long grass at the edge of the tree line. A disposable scalpel is found a short distance away, close enough to be noticed, far enough to feel like it was placed rather than dropped. The medical examiner's findings rule out the obvious explanation. There are no external injuries, no signs of a struggle written into the body. The manner of death cannot be determined from what remains, but the placement of that scalpel, deliberately positioned away from the body, tells investigators that someone wanted them to draw a particular conclusion and go no further. Forensic specialists, working from the insect activity at the scene, establish a date of death, August 23, 2022. She had been lying there for 17 days. In all that time, no one had filed a missing persons report. Her own parents did not know she was gone. Dental records confirm her identity. Now detectives need to understand the last hours of her life and who she spent them with. Stephanie's parents point investigators toward her boyfriend, 55-year-old Matthew Pahl. Investigators pull the building's security footage and work through it carefully. What they find is not what Matthew Pahl will later claim. The cameras capture Stephanie leaving the building that morning. They capture Matthew leaving shortly after. And they capture the truck pulling away with both of them inside. And then, hours later, Matthew returns. He is carrying her water bottle. Her purse is tucked inside a bag. Stephanie does not appear on any camera in that building again. On September 17th, Matthew Pahl is arrested and his apartment and vehicle are searched. By the time detectives sit him down for an interview, they are already holding evidence he does not know about. Before the detectives have asked him a single substantive question, Matthew is already talking about everything in his apartment being legal. But the point is, he has not been accused of anything yet.
I haven't done anything to be charged.
Well, there you go.
Nothing.
Okay.
There's nothing in my vehicle, and there's nothing in that apartment. Nothing.
We're not even accusing you of having anything in your truck. We just want to ask you a few questions. That's all we want to do. And talk to you a little bit. Let's see if maybe some of the answers you can give us can clear us up and point us in the right direction, maybe.
Okay.
The detectives absorb all of it. They let him talk. And then, when the room finally settles, they bring up Stephanie.
Do you have any, are you curious at all about why we want to talk to you?
Well, of course I am.
Let's talk about Stephanie. What is she to you?
Oh my God. Stephanie is the mother of my daughter. And you guys already know that.
Yeah.
What follows is Matthew's version of who Stephanie was, a woman in crisis. The detectives listen closely because they are already holding her medical records, and what those records say does not match what Matthew is telling them now.
She helped me. She was spending a lot of time with her family and friends, and she helped me recently when I broke my ankle. She helped me out quite a bit, and I was quite thankful for that. I had a few other family members that helped. When I've been with her, this is well documented with her doctors. It's well documented with attempts that she's made in numerous places. Back in April, she took a whole bottle of pills by her parents' house, and they just kind of blew it off like it was nothing. And I tried to get her to stop the medications, to get help.
The first version of events is already unraveling, and Matthew is only just getting started. When detectives ask when he last saw Stephanie, Matthew is imprecise in a way that feels practiced.
Do you know where she is? Do you know, like, when's the last time you saw her?
No.
You don't know where she is? Do you remember the last time you saw her?
No, weeks ago.
Weeks ago?
And I'm sick to my stomach.
Why is that?
Because I have a bad feeling.
What? Walk me through the last, when you said you saw her a few weeks ago, where were you guys?
I can't recall the exact time that I saw her.
The picture he builds of Stephanie is a careful one. It is not about what happened, but about who she was, and more importantly, who he needs her to be.
Oh, there were a couple times where she just snapped and just left. She would come and go. Sometimes she would come over and I would just say, what's wrong? And she'd say, I gotta go. And her mother always picked her up. So,
like, because you said if you think it's been a couple of weeks since you last saw her. If you go back, think about the last time you saw her. Where was that?
It's been over a couple of weeks. I don't remember exactly.
And then, seemingly out of nowhere, he mentions something he saw on social media.
Why, where is she?
That's what we're trying to find out. We don't know. She's missing. So we're trying to figure out who saw her last, where she was.
I heard something on the social media that there was an abduction in Delafield.
An abduction?
Some type of an abduction.
When was that?
Just a couple of days ago. They were looking into some type of abduction.
It lands in the conversation like a distraction, but the detectives do not follow it, and they bring him back to the last day he spent with Stephanie.
I actually wanted to call the parents, and I was also thinking about coming in and making some type of report, but with all the things that have happened to me in the past, I start thinking, right away,
This isn't
right away they're gonna,
right. Oh, is it meditate? This isn't so much about you. It's about Stephanie. We're trying to figure out where she is, who last saw her. That's what we're trying to figure out. So if you can think back, I understand you said you had a lot of history with her, but recall the last time you saw her, where it was. Did she say anything? Where was she going?
Where were you going? Like that kind of stuff.
no.
His explanation for that day is clear, controlled, and built to be believed.
Okay.
This day after you said you had a morning appointment, and you guys went out there together. You said when you got out there, you went into your appointment. So this is the last time you would have seen her, it sounds like, okay? Did she come in the building with you, do you remember?
No.
She stayed in the truck?
Yeah, I got in the truck.
You finished your appointment?
Yeah.
Come out of your truck? And then what?
She's gone.
She's not in the truck anymore?
She's gone, yeah.
Did she have the keys or no?
You remember?
Oh, no, I had keys. I had keys.
Did she give you any indication she was going to go anywhere, or like where she would be going?
No. She just... I was just perplexed with a lot of things, that how she was acting. I just don't like this. It seems like you guys are trying to get me, for some reason, to be with her.
No, that.
What happened?
Man,
Where is she?
that's what we're trying to figure out, man. We don't know. Okay, she's been missing.
He doesn't call anyone or report her missing because, at first, it doesn't feel like anything is wrong. And nearly 2 weeks after Stephanie vanished, Matt is at a car wash. He claims that he noticed her purse in the back seat. He had not seen it before then, and when he pulled out the floor mat to clean underneath it, he found something else.
The day that I found the purse,
Yeah.
when I cleaned the truck out, there was a note underneath. There was a note underneath the car mat.
Well, that's
It wasn't anything that I haven't already heard before through email, through texting about threatening her life. But in the note, she didn't threaten her life. She said that, I'm tired of everybody. I hate everybody. I hate you. I hate my parents. Everybody, that type of language.
that note's in your truck now?
Yeah.
What did that note make you think?
I just left it there because I have nothing to hide. Come on.
All I'm asking you, man, what that
You
note...
guys aren't stupid. If you're trying to accuse me of something,
Man, no one's accused me of
I
anything.
wouldn't have any of this stuff. But
Man, no one...
I didn't know what to think about it, so I left it there.
I'm asking you what you thought.
Even my dad has been in his truck since there, and he read it. He said it just sounds like a cry, a plea for help.
It's a note from Stephanie, and Matthew is already shaping what it's meant to say. The detectives say nothing, and they simply open a folder and bring out the security footage from the Willow Park apartment complex to confront Matthew.
Okay. You see, that's August 23rd, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. That's her going out.
Oh yeah. Of course. Of course you're gonna have pictures going in and out.
That's her going out to the truck.
And I told you I saw.
I'm just showing you some stuff, okay? All right? That's her walking out to the truck, okay?
That's the purse, right?
Yeah. That's
Okay.
good.
A couple of minutes later, you're walking out over here, and the truck drives away, and you guys go off to the appointment or everything. I think you guys were at the Quick Trip. Does that sound familiar?
I don't recall.
But you went to your appointment that day at 8:30, right? Okay. All right. Okay. This is where we need to figure out something because it doesn't make any sense. All right. That's you coming back the same day at 11:14. Okay. Hold on. Listen, Matt. You're holding her water bottle, and Matt. Okay. That's you going upstairs wearing the same shirt you have on now. Okay. This is the same day. At 12:29, so less than an hour later, you walk in, and that's her purse in the bag. Okay? So this whole story, Matt, about...
That's her purse in the bag.
Yes, Matt. So the whole story about finding the purse in the truck later makes it wouldn't happen.
Oh no.
Matt, that's her purse in a plastic bag. Okay? That you carried inside after you carried her water bottle in. That you walked. Matt, look. You see? That's her water bottle, and that's her purse. Okay? You walk in with her Water bottle. You go
Well,
upstairs.
what time is this?
12 when you got home, Matt.
Yeah, that's when I came back from my appointment.
Right. So you carried in her water bottle and her purse that same day. This is the 23rd, the same day. This isn't a week or two later at a car wash where you found it in the back seat with a note that you then read and then stuck underneath the floor mat. Matt.
It's not her purse in the bag.
It is her purse.
No,
Matt.
it's clothes.
It's clothes, Matt?
That's clothes.
Whose clothes?
Yeah. That's clothes I have in the back. That's not a purse.
It is her purse, Matt.
No, it's not. It's not. That's not her purse.
How do you figure, Matt?
Because it's not. The bag.
Can I show you something?
The bag of clothes.
I'm gonna show you something, Matt, okay?
See, I knew you guys were gonna
No,
do that.
Matt, but what the problem is,
I knew you guys were gonna do this. That's why
nobody's doing anything. You're the one showing you it. Can I show you something? That's her purse right there, right? You see that?
Yeah.
You see that?
If I was
What
so
is
worried,
this?
if I was
Matt,
so
Matt,
worried
Matt.
about the purse,
That's her purse. Okay? So we're not going to play games, but it's not her purse. It is her purse. Okay? We know it's her purse. We also know that her phone went with her out to where you guys went for your appointment, and then it came back with you. We know this. So you saying the phone stayed at her apartment? We're asking you to be honest with us and help us, okay? But if you're going to tell us stories about going to a car wash and finding her purse in there a week later, it doesn't make sense. None of it does. What happened? It'd be one thing if she had some type of drug overdose, okay? And you're doing something. We don't know.
The story Matthew has been building for the past hour does not survive what is shown on the footage. He pushes back, but the detectives don't move off the image, or the timestamp, or the question it keeps pointing back to.
regardless, I have nothing to do with what happened to her.
What happened?
So that purse,
What happened?
that purse and water bottle,
Matt, what happened?
that purse and water bottle, okay, that's not going to prove anything.
We're not here.
That's not going to prove or disprove anything.
Agreed. Matt,
Okay?
what happened to her? Only you can tell us.
I don't know what happened to her.
And then Matthew Pahl says the one thing that closes the door on every version of events he has offered tonight.
Okay, I have to get an attorney. It's a Matthew.
I don't think you are. Well, you're lying.
Inside Matthew's apartment, investigators find Stephanie's personal journal. She had been keeping it for years. The entries are dated, specific, and unflinching, a detailed account of what life with Matthew Pahl actually looked like, written in her own hand.
I hate you. I hate being with you. All you care about is yourself. I'm not allowed to speak my mind around you, drive, spend money, or even feel good. Karma came back to you because your foot injury, not me. Go be with your virgin because I'm done, and keep the fucking money.
They also recovered Stephanie's bag and water bottle, items he had brought back to his apartment after he killed her. From his phone, investigators recovered thousands of messages exchanged with two women in the Philippines, a written list of countries and their extradition laws, and a search history pulled up in the days after Stephanie's body was discovered, local obituaries, funeral home listings, and searches for her surname conducted before anyone had even contacted him about her disappearance. He had been tracking the news, he had been researching his exit, he had not made it in time. Prosecutors billed their case without DNA evidence, without an official cause of death, and without witnesses. What they have is the footage, the journal, the phone records, and a pattern of behavior that points in one direction.
She can't just sit there any longer. So she decides to walk towards that wooded area. She's probably thinking, hey, maybe I can go into the woods for some cover. Maybe I can walk over to a subdivision, call my mom. Maybe I can get to the golf course, call my mom. I just got to get out of sight. He can't see me leaving. And he goes after her. He gets out of the truck. He comes after her. He grabs her by the back of the shirt. That shirt's too big. He's pulling the shirt up at her neck. and there's a struggle just outside the area of the woods. Maybe Miss Pavlons is vaping. During that struggle, she drops her vape. Mr. Pahl continues to grab at her shirt. He's not letting her go. And then what happens? Mr. Pahl grabs her purse. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the murder weapon. He wraps this around her neck. He strangles her for just a minute or two. That's all it takes. She goes unconscious, and she's dead. He uses the strap of her own purse to kill her.
The jury deliberates for less than 1 hour. Given the opportunity to address the court before sentencing, Matthew does not speak about Stephanie. He speaks about himself, about the justice system, and about what he believes was done to him.
First, I just want to correct some of the puke coming out of Gordon's mouth. I just want to make a statement about this case. I look at the justice system here in the United States. It's about winning. It's not about the truth. The U.S. has 4% of the world's population. 20% of the people behind bars on this planet are here in the United States or on probation. Why? Maybe sham trials. And I think this was definitely a sham trial called Making a Murderer here in Waukesha. It was definitely a pseudo-sham trial where psychopaths in suits fabricate extreme circumstantial events and turn them into their wild imagination. No wonder why they get away with manufacturing charges. The public and jury believe these lies and story. Maybe if these so-called professionals did their job, we wouldn't be here. I am the only victim here. I'm the one being murdered by the new Gestapo. All the testimony showed no smoking gun, except the police think or thought I did something. This is prosecution, not justice, by a tyrannical fascist dictator government here in Waukesha.
The judge, with more than 40 years of legal experience, calls the verdict the fastest he can recall on a charge of this kind. Then, he delivers the sentence.
The verdicts read as follows. We, the jury, find the defendant, Matthew E. Pahl, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information. The second verdict reads, we, the jury, find the defendant, Matthew E. Pahl, guilty of hiding a corpse as charged in count 2 of the information. And each is dated today's date.
Life imprisonment, without eligibility for release. Stephanie Pavlons spent years documenting what was happening to her in a journal kept in the apartment she shared with the man who would eventually take her life. She never stopped writing, never stopped believing it would matter. It did stop, but just not in the way she hoped. The security camera in the Willow Park lobby had no understanding of what it recorded on August 23rd. It simply did what it was built to do. Watch, without judgment, without pause. In the end, that was enough.